Hey guys, this is GetJesse, and I'm bringing you another MAG audio commentary. Today the main topic of this video, and the main gameplay that you're going to be seeing in the actual video, is going to be flanking. This is an acquisition game. I'm on the defensive side of the Sever map. And I guess before I talk about the gameplay some, let's talk about the overall strategy that I'm going to be using. And as I'm saying that, two APCs are humping each other, which is always good. But the overall strategy that I'm going to be using is protecting this far right bunker over here. Now, on the defensive acquisition side of this map, which is the right side, almost every single time that you play this map on the defense side, this far right bunker is going to be the hardest hit. So, with that in mind, it's safe for me to assume that the enemy is going to be hitting that bunker. And so I'm going to position myself on this right side over here most of the time so that I can contribute to my team in the most effective way possible. When you're playing games with bunkers, sometimes if the enemy team gains enough momentum, there can be a really strong domino effect when one of the bunkers falls, and it's just this domino effect where one bunker falls and then the next bunker falls and the next bunker falls, and then then your bunkers are all just wiped out in about 1 or 2 minutes. So that's, if you have an effective enemy team, that's something that you definitely want to prevent. But I guess let's talk about the gameplay now. As you can see, I'm low on ammo, so with the magic of editing the video, we don't have to watch me resupply, so that's good. I see that there's an enemy APC over there in the middle of the riverbed, and whenever that happens, you have to be a little more cautious in that area and get closer to your bunkers, because since the enemies can spawn right out of the APC, it makes it a little more unpredictable to know where the enemy's going to be. But I died and I respawned at my bunker. So it looks like that APC's gone now, so that means that I can run through the riverbed a little more safely. And basically every time you die and respawn, once you respawn and jump out of the bunker, the situation's going to be different from what it was when you were alive. So you always want to reassess the situation and see what's going on, and basically adjust your tactics on the fly rather than using the same tactics that you were using when you were still alive, if that makes any sense at all.
Oh, he's dead.
So this right side over here, it's very easy to flank the enemy for one very simple reason. Well, two actually. Two simple reasons. The reason this is a good side for flanking the enemy is, one, there's a bunch of cover around, there's a bunch of places to escape to, there's a bunch of places to hide, there's a bunch of areas to maneuver in. There's a wide open area in the riverbed where you can easily look for enemies, and then there's the docks next to the riverbed where you can hide in, and then you can of course get above the docks and run around there. And then the second reason this is a good area to flank enemies is that there's a high traffic, high value target that a lot of them are going to be concentrating on and running to, which is this far right bunker that I'm next to right now. So when you have a combination of a high value target that the enemy's going to run to, and also an area where you can effectively hide and flank people from, it creates a situation where you're gonna get a lot of kills and contribute a lot to your team. So the enemies have advanced up to our side of the docks. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm trying to flank them and get an effective position on them. But I just fired my gun there, So they know I'm back there, so they're probably going to be expecting me to attack them from behind. So what I'm going to do is change my position. And I know the enemy's looking to the left, and so I'm going to come up right here behind him and shoot him in the back. And that's the basic idea behind flanking. You want to set yourself up in relation to the enemy so that his back is turned to you. And that's basically the most effective way to kill people in MAG, is to flank them and have their backs turned to you. Here's another example of flanking. I knew that the enemy was looking directly in front of us here, so I came up behind him and knifed him in the back. The basic idea behind flanking is to set yourself up so that the enemy is in a situation that they can't possibly win. If a guy's back is turned to you and you're pointing your gun at his back, that's a situation that he cannot possibly win. Unless, of course, there's some horrible lag that pops up or something, but hopefully that kind of thing doesn't happen. So that's basically what I'm doing here, is I'm patrolling this area and killing enemies as they advance on that far right bunker. The way I'm contributing to my team here is to thin out the enemy so that the squad that's protecting that bunker over there has as few enemies as possible to deal with. You definitely, I mean, it might seem like I'm kill whoring, but that's, of course, I'm getting a lot of kills, but there is an effect here, and that effect is protecting that right bunker. The more people I kill in this position means that there's less people to attack that bunker. I don't know how many different ways I can possibly rephrase that and repeat the same thing over again, but, you get the idea, basically. You might also notice that my gun, I'm actually not using a silencer in this game. And that's mostly because, when I'm playing this game and I'm messing around with my loadouts, I really don't like using the same loadout over and over again, so sometimes I switch it up and take off the silencers off on some of my guns. And that brings some advantages and disadvantages, but you can turn those disadvantages into advantages. Like, obviously when you don't use a silencer, you show up on the enemy's radar. Well, actually we're out of time. So I'll talk about that another day, but there's the end of the game. 68 kills and 9 deaths. And hopefully it shed a little light on how to flank effectively, and I'll see you later.